So this is the school he will be going to. One door opens yet the other is still available. Now that I have means of transportation, they figure it out for me. They'll be sending a van to escort him to the school. Now I can see the rainbow after the rain. This seems best for me and him. Of course, this is not the school yet. His current school is the one that has transportation. Now they figured out transportation for him through a van. But now that I see the location of this school, I'm seeing more to the situation. It's convenient for both me and him because the faster I can get him to school, the more time I'll have to get a job and to work. So for dinner today, we had that tuna sandwich. Went to storage and got my candle burner, so finally got that open, ate that. I had this hot pickle from this liquor store. And when I tell y'all, I don't know if it was a pickle or it's a cucumber, because you know cucumbers, they have some type of impact on your digestive system just as well as the pickle. So between the two, my uterus I was cramping up so bad. Wind up having, to use the bathroom. On top of that, throwing up. So right now I am laying down. I am so weak. My son is with his dad. Hopefully he's doing well and he's having fun with his brothers. So I decided to use the time to go out and get us some drink and some household items, because most of the time he doesn't want to go out and he just wants to stay in and play. So I plan on getting it all done before he comes back tomorrow. I do have laundry to do. His blankets and sheets particularly needs to go into the washer because they came out of storage, and this is one task I need to complete before he gets back from visiting with his dad this weekend. When it comes to the pumpkins, I'm usually playing it safe and getting them little tiny pumpkins in the bag. So when my son sees this big old pumpkin that I got, he gonna be happy because it's actually the first time I got a big pumpkin. So yeah, happy Halloween, y'all. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be notified and share at your own free will to show you care. These laundry rooms need changing machines because let's take bleach, softener, pre-wash. I'm guessing the detergent goes right here, huh? Oh well. So I'm at 25. I thought this was a freaking quarter. Turns out it's not, so I have to run back up there and grab another fucking quarter. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be notified and share at your own free will to show you care. So tonight I was out as I was doing my laundry, and I went back upstairs to get another quarter because I was short. I almost went into somebody else's apartment, the apartment right next door to mine, but I didn't, luckily. So this just brings back memories of the one time when I lived in some other apartments here where I'm at in this city specifically. I was going through I was going through an episode, that's what they call it. I was going through an episode where I would like envision different things happening. And my mind would just kind of create a different perspective of life for me. I was very spiritual at the time, and I just seen so much happening around me that no one else knew or was aware of. I was reading the Bible. One time I had came home and I parked my car, and I don't know why, but I seen, another car, the door was open, and I got inside, and I'm like, wow, God has blessed me with another car. I got in the car, I shut the door, and I'm thinking it's mine. A woman with a neighbor came out, knocked on my door, knocked on the car door and was like, get out of my car. That's my car. I was like, oh, I am so sorry. I know she didn't understand, because with anybody in their right minds would think, hold up, why is this woman in my car? Like, they would panic. They would have a heart attack. They wouldn't know what to do. So she took it very hard. And I would say a few months after that, she wound up moving out. I knocked on her door when I came back into my right mind. Once I figured out, the situation for what it was. Once I grasped myself back into reality, I went and knocked on her door, and I apologized. And I said I was going through a traumatic episode, PTSD, and psychotic, post-traumatic stress disorder. I was having episodes, and I had been seen by a psychiatrist. And I explained myself to her, and I apologized. She wasn't hearing it. She slammed the door on my face, and she said, well, I was really hurt by what you did. You shouldn't have got in my car. And that's the only thing she said. She didn't care about my apology. She didn't know what I was going through. She didn't understand what I was going through. She wasn't hearing what I was going through. She just knew that I was in her car and I was wrong. So I had this dream. And in my dream, it was at this place where it was some of my family members. And we had got into it. And they lit the water with fire. And they took off. At first, I'm like, wow, how petty. It's not a fire. What, you try to set us on fire? I was confused until I really thought about it. It wasn't us they was trying to set on fire. It was our hair. So then we took off. We ran upstairs. I guess there was something wrong with the water. So we took off, we ran upstairs, and ran out the door. And we went to a different apartment building. In this apartment building, it was like somebody else that was, it was an in-law. And they had 2 spots. So the other family member spot. And it turns out they was there too. So we wound up trying to get out of the building. And I don't know why, but I picked up the mop and I was mopping the stairs for some reason. I think I was going to get a job there. But then when I seen that they was there and they started working in the office, somebody else took the mop from me and they continued to mop. So then we left and we went to this little place. It was like a bench, and then it had like these big checker pieces with an extra piece. And the guy that was walking with us, he was like, we can play checkers. I was like, no, I asked him, I was like, you want to play chess? And he was like, I don't know how to play chess. I was like, well, you want to play checkers? And then he was like, I don't know, we could play chess since it's the extra piece. So then we just kept walking because I wasn't really worked up to, like, I was tired, so I didn't want to I didn't want to play checker. No, I didn't want to play chess no more. It was just an idea. Then we kept walking, and it was like this one area. And I guess this area reminded him of a certain event that took place. And it was, I think he showed me his phone, and it was him rapping, and it was him with a whole bunch of people. And he was showing me what was going on and what happened there at the place that we was at. So we wound up sitting down, and when we sat down, somebody came over there. A childhood friend of mine came over there. He kissed my nose, and I slapped him. And I wanted to believe him. And going back into the building, when I went into the building, it was some people that I knew that was familiar. And it was like the building was trashed, and it was a whole bunch of, it was like drawstrings on the ground. It was there's a whole bunch of different stuff on the floor. I'm like, what happened here? And that was in the dream. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be notified and share at your own free will to show you care. This vape was supposed to have 9,000 puffs. Just recently I got it last week, and it seems to already be out. This is why having an addiction to anything can affect your life for the worst. Constantly depending on something will always lead you back down the road of pointing fingers at the manufacturer, people. While they are ripping you off, they still get paid. By the end of the day, your loss, their gain. I need to break away.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be notified and share at your own free will to show you care.